It was everything we thought it would be. It was really exciting. It was just gratifying, full of emotion. And I think we finally settled down after that first half. And of course, you got to give Sul Ross credit. They really played hard and did good things. And but it was just a relief after the game was over, because there was some pressure. There was a lot of internal pressure put on us, I think, and that self-made pressure is probably the toughest pressure to deal with. And so we were all anxious about that game, and I think we got it behind us and dedicated the stadium, and now we're ready to move on. Vern is he's the ultimate, I guess, sports personality, and I've always said this. He's one of my favorite of all time. And I know he received the Vin Scully Award, but I'm thinking Vin Scully probably should receive the Vern Lundquist Award. Because he's that good. He has that passion and passion for all sports, and of course, specifically football in our regards, but that passion comes across, and he did the same thing with our kids. He put them in a situation and shared his passion for the game, and we all felt it. And so we are so gratified to have Vern Lundquist on our side, and of course a TLU alum. It was exciting for our kids. Our kids all lined up for pictures with him, and our coaches lined up for pictures with him. So he's a very special man. It was a great evening. Well, I thought we did a good job. I thought our coaches did a great job. I think whoever we play, we show respect for, and Sul Ross certainly brought it to us that first half, and so I think we did a great job of staying focused the entire week. Our job was to beat Sul Ross, and we know everything else was going around, and of course our whole staff got together and really kind of produced this spectacular extravaganza that it was, and I thought it all worked out really well. My only regret was, at the start of the year, I sent out notice that Dr. Bob Jonas was to be our faculty coach of the week, and I dropped the ball there. I just forgot to remind you, forgot to remind him, and to give him a helmet and all those things. So I think we're going to have to double up. He is a great guy, and he deserved to be recognized that week. And I was walking yesterday, just walking around campus for my daily walk, and I thought about that, and my heart dropped. I thought, oh my gosh, everything went so well. And of course, I didn't hear Pete from Bob, and he's such a gracious man, and I just feel bad that he wasn't recognized that day. In the end, it was a great team victory, Tim. I think probably the most complete team victory that we've had since we've been here. Special teams, the second half, were just really critical for us. We kicked off and pinned them back in the end zone, and touchback, and defense 3 and out, and they punted the ball, punt return, took it inside the plus territory, our offense scored. And that occurred, 5 or 6 times, same scenario. And when you do that, well, I thought the moment he got by him, I said, well, it's a touchdown. We just line up to get ready for the block at the extra point. And when I just watched him, I thought, you got to be proud of a guy like that. Tyler is, he just displayed what we're all about right there, total effort, and he gave his total effort. And the neat thing was the next play was a penalty against them, pushing back to 6. I thought, my gosh, that's exactly what we got to have right there. It just shows you don't ever give up, you don't ever quit. And I thought our defense was going to be able to settle for a field goal or something like that. And of course they got the slant in on us, on our secondary. And that's not a good way to finish it, but that's just a lesson for all of us. You don't ever give up, and you can stop a guy on the 1-yard line. And we eliminated indecision, I think. We gave him some easy throws. They were really, bringing 7 in the box and playing us a lot of man. And so we used our back. We used Marquise at that one pass out of the backfield. They blitzed us, and then Trent did a great job of staying in there. We have a guy unblocked that's going to come, but they don't have anybody to cover. And so they were bringing 7 on us, and Trent kind of hung in there and made that pass to Marquise, and I think it was over within that, right? At that time, I think it was over with. I think our conditioning paid off. We were able to, keep the pressure on them with our tempo, and they finally got worn down where now we could throw the ball out in the flats and stuff. And before they were really putting it to us, but we were proud of our offense for hanging in there, and of course our defense for playing at that level, and our special teams. That all three, like I said, set the tempo for us. Question, I think our offense and defensive lines were really the difference, and I think they're going to continue to be. That's probably the best offensive line we've had in the 4 years that we've been here, and so we're expecting big things from them, and that always gives it an advantage when you can run the football and they're trying to stop the run. That's a fun thing, then you can throw when you want to throw. So yeah, Tyler did a good job. Matt Hochstrasser did a good job. Of course, Kendall was our best one, and Eddie Scott did. He struggled a little bit on the outside, but he really had a good ball game overall. And so Eddie's just going to continue to get better. He's another hard worker that I think will be good. Of course, and Davin did a great job as well. That was really critical. The first half, I think Drake was our leading tackler, and then by the second half, it kind of torn it because the inside guys started making the plays and stuff, and that was a big deal for us. Well, they've got lots of talent, and that gives us a lot of freedom, and so we think that they'll continue to get better and progress, and hopefully we can kind of be able to overcome the loss of Brad Snowden. So those guys are showing that. Well, we know our work's in front of us, and they're well coached, good football team, very talented bunch, and big backs. That we understand we've got to be great tacklers. I think the last ball game we played up there, we just didn't tackle well. A lot of us didn't play very well, and again, you give them credit because they execute on offense and really control the ball game. Offensively, last year we did some good things, but we made critical errors that that screen pass that was intercepted, and then we had like 2 turnovers right in a row after that. It was just one bad thing after the other. So what we have to do is we've got to go ahead and do the things that we do best. And if they're going to give us the pass, we got to take it. If they're going to give us the run, we got to be able to take that offensively. Defensively, we got to game tackle. We got to be able to take their big backs and be good tacklers. They run power and counter, a lot of gap stuff that we've got to be able to do and be able to fit. That's the neat thing about the power and the counter. You don't necessarily have to fit it correctly because you can break different things as far as running it. But defensively, you better fit it perfectly or you're fixing to get beat, which is what we did last year. So our guys, our defense has got the task to get that done, and hopefully our scout team will give them a look that will help them. But that's always the problem. That's always the problem early on, is getting that good look and be able to stop them. They're like us, they're not going to show anything, and we know that. I mean, it's just really basic stuff, and that's good because it gives our chance for those guys that can play. And this is the first time, I think, in the 5 years, I guess, really 4 years prior to this, we've never won a JV game the first 2 weeks. I mean, they've always been like 0-2, and then after that we win like 5 or 6 in a row, and so it was good to come out with a victory with this first bunch because this is a special class. It really is. We've got great bunch of athletes there, and we think big things are going to happen for us.